Here we are. We are live. Let's check. The audio looks good. Video looks like it always does. My hair is killer because I got it done like I promised last week. And you see, I didn't go extreme. I just went with what you call a little bit younger. A little bit younger. Welcome to Tuesday night. It must be Tuesday night. And it must be 8 o'clock because we're on the Facebook Live like I like to do every Tuesday night. And we are at the end of October. If you can believe that or not, we are very close. Here we are, very close to the end of the year. It's coming up so fast. And it always amazes me how I feel like nothing happened and boom, we're at the end of the year. One of my saddest days coming up is winter solstice is only about 7 weeks away. Shortest day of the year. I hate short days. I like long days. This is going to be a short podcast tonight, short live tonight, because I'm not feeling great because I am in the middle of what you would call, what is commonly referred to as a colonoscopy prep. Welcome, Bridgeport. Big shows coming up here, Bridgeport, Connecticut. By the way, this week, we have our good friend Murr from Impractical Jokers, Chrissy Mayer on Friday Night Hysterically Funny, and Saturday Night Big Shows with Andrew Dice Clay, saying hello to my Bridgeport people up there. And by the way, you can't beat the dinner show package in either club. Check it out. This week, Jared Freed in New Brunswick. So all those good things coming up here, and I want you to be part of them, so make sure you're here. I got to say back to this colonoscopy prep thing. This is the worst thing ever. Hello, Mark, Ron Ginsberg, Michelle, you Bridgeport people. If you want to jump over here to the New Brunswick page, I'll be able to see your comments and comment back. This is my 5th colonoscopy, my 3rd one, just for fun. I've done 2 business colonoscopies, 3 for recreation. Obviously, that's not true. I get colonoscopies every 5 years because I am responsible. And apparently, I love things that are discomforting. It's shoved up my ass. That's what I like. I don't like that's disgusting. It's the worst thing in the world as far as the prep is concerned. The rest of the colonoscopy is a walk in the park. You go in, they stick a thing in your arm, you go to sleep, you wake up. I'm telling you, you wake up the most refreshed you have ever been. You don't even care. Oh, you scared the hell out of me.
That's because you haven't
Jesus,
eaten.
I didn't hear you.
You haven't eaten. You're a little jumpy.
A little jump because I'm starving. I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. You made me Jell-O, and like all my children, Cassie's up there eating the only food I'm allowed to have.
Yes, she is. She's eating all your Jell-O, your chicken broth.
It's awful.
Drinking your, hi, Todd. Hi, Ron. Drinking your Gatorade.
Yeah, and here's the thing about the colonoscopy. I tell everybody, get them done because this, I'm telling you, when you wake up, it's the greatest sleep you've ever had.
I might just get it for that reason alone. I can't sleep.
I'm telling you right now, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to feel like I slept in a field of flowers under a spring moon. And while I was sleeping, I got raped by a bear. That's going to be,
It's terrible.
awful. You can't help it. You feel dirty, but rested.
Okay, dirty but rested.
But I get them because my mother had colon cancer.
Yeah.
I'm the only one of my siblings that took the advice of the doctor. Mm-hmm. And I get them every 5. I started when I was 46.
I thought you started even earlier.
No, about 46. So you're supposed to wait till 50. And I said to the doctor, because he goes, it's a slow growing thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but it grows.
Yeah.
So I don't want a slow growing thing in my ass
Right.
or my colon. I don't want anything growing slow anywhere on me.
Right.
Right? So I'm like, go in there. And I've been clean as a whistle every time.
Yeah, you have.
I've been clean as a whistle. And this is my 5th colonoscopy, but the 6th time I have prepped for a colonoscopy. Mm-hmm. Because the very first time, I'm not going to say the nurse that made the mistake.
No,
I'm not going to say her name. But it's a good story. It's a fast story. So I had an appointment with the doctor, and he gave me the consultation. And he goes, well, we're gonna do a colonoscopy on you. Let's be safe. You know, I have no symptoms. I'm symptomless. Okay, I don't have any indigestion. I'm regular. I'm like the 708 train. You get on that train and we're going to the station. Am I being too scatological? You have a face.
No.
So anyway, they go, okay, you're going to come in. I see the doctor, and he goes, go make an appointment. And I go make an appointment at the front, and she goes, okay, we're going to do the colonoscopy, and I'm going to give you the prep instructions via fax the night before you need to prep. So my next appointment's on Wednesday. That's when I'm getting the colonoscopy. Monday, my fax machine lights up. Here comes the prep directions, and I do it. All day Tuesday, like today, I don't eat. That particular time, it was Maddie and Tabby.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I ate heavier back then than I do right now. I ate, worse. And so not eating all day was awful.
Right. Yeah. And the prep back then was worse.
The prep was worse. It's still nasty.
Yeah.
But the prep was worse. And I go to eat the only Jell-O Vicky made me, the orange Jell-O, and it's gone.
Well, because in defense of my kids, I never fed them Jell-O before.
Yeah.
So they didn't know what Jell-O was.
Because we're moderately successful.
No. So
when I was a kid, that was all we had.
I never fed the kids Jell-O. So they never had Jell-O before. And they were super excited. And they got into Vinny's Jell-O. Yeah.
That's my dinner, by the way. That is,
and it takes 4 hours for Jell-O to set. So
yeah, 4 hours for Jell-O to become the glutinous mess. I actually think that the Jell-O, probably between the dyes and the sugars, that is what's going to give me colon cancer eventually, because that can't be healthy. Whatever in there cannot be healthy. I'm sorry, Jell-O people, but that shit is awful. Anyway, so I go to eat, my Jell-O's gone, I'm starving, and now you go to drink the prep. Now, the prep, I'm trying to remember the whole story. The prep says, drink this in one shot and do not, it says this on the bottle, the old prep said, do not sample first. I didn't know why it said that. And it was, if I recall, it was grape flavored.
Yeah, it was like very sludge-like, wasn't it?
It was a grape flavored, and it said, okay, you haven't eaten all day, you drink this fluid, and within 4 hours you'll be evacuated. That's what they say. You're gonna be evacuated. So I'm like, okay, but it said don't sample. But I'm curious, so I untwist the top and I sample. Okay, and it's labeled grape, but I'm telling you, this shit tastes like a colonoscopy. It is the worst. I don't know who.
Of course. They say don't sample, and that's the first thing you're doing. Of course you're doing that.
Of course I'm going to sample it. They say don't sample.
Yeah.
I thought this stuff must be delicious. They don't want you doing it recreationally. So I sip. It's so bad. I'm like, I'm just going to drink it one shot. I chug it down. I'm going to tell you something. It's got a motor oil consistency. It's got a grape-like, it tastes like someone took grape and it tastes like ass grape.
Yeah.
It tastes like a colonoscopy. It's like an ass grape. And I'm like, I'm at my kitchen sink. I'm like, I get it down. I'm like, And in my head, I go, well, I have 4 hours to go try and I'm telling you something right now. This body is well tuned. 4 hours? What was it, a minute?
Yeah. It wasn't one of the kids in the bathroom.
Yeah, Maddie was in the bathroom. And the bathroom is only, a little bit away from the kitchen there. And I feel the immediate need to evacuate. And my sphincter has shut tight. But they're sending messages up the line. They're going, you better move. We're at DEFCON 5. Get to the bathroom. And I can't even take a full stride. There's no way anyone's, you got to get her out of here for the rest of the story. You got me to finish this one. We'll have Cassie back here in a minute. There is no way anyone's sphincter
Okay, switch
can withstand
Go.
the pressure we're under here. Okay, we're talking Poseidon Adventure, buried, cutting the hatch, gonna blow pressure. It is brutal, and you gotta get her out of here.
Okay,
Go,
upstairs, please.
go, Cass, right
you
now.
You gotta be a good listener.
So I run to the bathroom. All right, Vic, she's right there. You gotta get her out. This story needs all the full. No, come on, go. Be a good listener. So I run to the bathroom, and I don't run. I sidestep. I sidestep to the bathroom, and I get there, and I'm like, thank God. And I go to open the door, and the handle is locked. Someone is in the bathroom. There's a set of stairs, 14 stairs, okay? There's no way in the world I'm going to make the top of the stairs. So I'm pounding the door. I'm like, open the goddamn door. And the door cracks open just a little bit. It's my Maddie. And she's in the bathroom. And she said, Dad, I'm in the bathroom. And this is how much pressure my ass was under. I grabbed her by the hair. She was maybe 6
I don't even
6
know.
years
She's
old,
little.
maybe. I grab her by the hair and I go, get the fuck out of the bathroom. And I just whip her out of the bathroom. I hear her crying and I don't care. I fumble. I get the pants down. And let me tell you something. I evacuated like you can't even believe. I mean, I don't remember eating that much. And I get done and I go out and there's Maddie. Vicky's on the floor with Maddie crying. And Vicky looks at me, she goes, what did you do? I'm like, you don't understand. You have no idea what kind of pressure I was under. And I start to say, Maddie, and I'm like, oh, we're going back in. Because it works. It works and works and works. And let me tell you, they said it'd be 4 hours. Because what they meant to say is that for the next 4 hours, you're going to get rid of everything that ever
was in your intestines, your colon. It's all coming out.
all coming out. I found my skate key. I'm telling you, it was brutal. At the end, I don't mean to be graphic. At the end, there's nothing to come out except
You're
shame.
5 pounds lighter.
Huh?
You're 5 pounds lighter.
5 pounds lighter. All it's coming out is shame and remorse and regret. And it's for the first time in my life, I had abs. I looked good. Now, I go in the next day for the colonoscopy. And it's like I have a 10 o'clock appointment.
Yeah.
And I get to the office. And I walk in and I go, I have an appointment. There's like 2 people in the office. And the nurse goes, oh, okay, you're here to see Dr. Wilkham? I go, oh.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, sorry. I go, yeah. And she goes, well, what are you seeing him for today? I go, well, I'm getting my colonoscopy today. And she goes, no, he's not doing colonoscopies today. I go, yeah, he is. I'm scheduled 10 o'clock. Check your little book. And she goes, no, I have you down for just an appointment. I go, well, okay, we're just going to do the colonoscopy. She goes, well, we can't do that here. We need to go to the hospital. We need a surgical suite. And I'm like, so I don't need a suite. Just give me a room with a dead hooker in the corner. I don't care. And she's like, Mr. Brand, we can't do it. I'm like, you got to understand something. I did the prep. I am clean as a whistle. And someone and something is going to be in my ass right now. And she goes, Mr. Brand, we can't do that. And I'm like, we have to do it. And she goes, well, I don't know why you did the prep. And I go, because you faxed me the directions. And she goes, no, I didn't. She goes, let me look in your chart. And she opens up and she goes, huh. And I go, what's that mean? She goes, I don't know why I did that. And I go, well, we're going in. And we couldn't go in. I had to go in and see the good doctor who just kind of chuckled and said, well, now you know what to expect.
Right.
And that was my first prep.
That was your first prep.
Now, today I called.
Yeah, I know. You called to confirm, which was smart.
I called to confirm.
Yeah.
We're going in.
Yeah, because you've also had, like, one other time, I don't know if you remember, didn't you have to give yourself an enema and one of the kids walked in?
All right. I did.
I mean, if we're laying it all out on the line right now.
Yeah, that was the first prep, too.
You had to, in the morning, you had to give yourself an enema and the kids, because our lock on our bathroom doesn't work well.
Upstairs. Now, this is upstairs.
Yeah, they just plowed right in and you're like, get Get out.
Yeah. And the only way to give yourself an enema, and yeah, thank you for reminding me. So back then, they gave you one liquid prep and then a fleet enema. Fleet. Okay. And they call it fleet because it feels like the entire fleet is in your ass. What is happening? The entire fleet.
The poor kids were so traumatized.
Yeah, because the night before, yeah. Same kid. The same kid. But here's what happens. Now, okay, she's forgetting one little part. So Vicky, first of all, cannot be happier that I have to poop on my lawn. I don't know why. It made her laugh so much. And she's so happy that I'm in such discomfort. And so in the morning, I got to give myself this fleet enema, and I take the thing out. And and Vicky says to me, I'll give it to you. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not, because you know what never happens again if your wife gives you an enema? Anything else. That's the last thing that's ever going to happen. So I read the directions, and the directions actually say that it's easiest to have, I'm not making this up, have a friend to help you. Okay? I'm like, I don't know how many of you, who I all consider my friends, would respond to this call. Hey, Ron Ginsburg, what you doing tomorrow morning? Say you come by my house around 8 a.m., you see an emaciated Vinny, and give me an enema. Now, it says if you can't get a friend, the best way to do it is to get on your hands and knees. And it says this. It says, get your ass higher than your head, which I knew. That part I did not need. I know how fluid flows. I didn't know that. I didn't need that. Now, I get the enema ready. I get on my hands and knees, and I'm